You're good, Jen.
I'm good?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm Jen Cash. I'm from the Blind Bard YouTube channel, and I'm here at EcclesiaCon having a wonderful time. So thank you, Wes, so much for inviting me.
Yay!
So today I'm going to be talking to you about some tools that I use when I play games and run them, and just kind of my story about how I got started. And so let's get started. I first started, well, let me just give you a little bit of background. I've been visually impaired my entire life. I have a very rare condition called, let me see if I can say this, autosomal recessive microcephaly with chorioretinopathy, which is a mouthful, but basically it means I have a small head and my optic nerve and my retinas don't work the way they should. So, vision problems. So I decided to get my master's in education and vision studies. And then I found out about role-playing games, and I figured I could use some of what I've learned here from my master's degree to help other people. So I started a YouTube channel. So when I first started in 2017, I did not know what I was doing. My sister was involved in a group, and although I wanted to be a part of that group, it was like 9 people. So yeah, they didn't have any room for anyone else. Plus, she was a half an hour away. So, okay, I just decided to look for other things. And my first experience with D&D was actually a duet campaign run by one of my friends, and it was great. I still didn't know what I was doing, but it gave me a taste of it, and it helped me to try it in a way that, if I didn't like it, no harm, no foul. We could stop any time, if it was just a game with me and like 5 other players, it had a set amount of time, and I just had to ride it out. But fortunately for me, I loved it, and I eventually found a group at my library. And when I went for the first time, I went with pretty much nothing. I had dice. They were small, I couldn't read them, but I had a set. And my DM looked at me and he's like, here's a free set of dice, and I'll help you create a character. And he had me up and running in about 15 minutes. It was a pencil and paper type of thing, and he explained everything to me. And he's like, oh yeah, these are your spells, this is what you have for stats. And everyone at the table was wonderful, very patient, because I could not make sense of the dice. The only things I knew, I could tell apart the D4 and the D6, and that was it. And now it's second nature, but at the time, it was really hard. So not only could I not read the dice, but I couldn't pick them apart either. So they were very patient in helping me learn the shape of them. My sister and my husband also helped me learn, because the D20s are triangular faces, D12s are, I think, pentagons, and the D12 is a little smaller than the D20, so I was able to tell them apart eventually. And then the D10s were kind of like flying saucers a little bit. They have like a little wave in the center, like a seam. The D8s, I picture like a diamond, like 2 D4s stacked on top of each other, like top to bottom. And then the D6 is just your regular D6, like you roll at any other board game. And then the D4 is, your pyramid die. And so eventually I learned how to tell them apart, which was great because it gave me a little bit more independence. So then I started with foam dice. Eventually, when I learned that I really loved the game, thank you. So here's an example of a couple of different foam dice that we have. We have a ton more at the house. I'm a dice goblin, so I collect everything. In fact, I think I bought like 3 or 4, at least.
You did.
Yeah. A couple of different sets and a couple of different individual dice. But these worked really well. And I was able to roll independently, and it just felt good. And then I transitioned from that to the first Braille dice that I ever experienced. Now, John made these. So I don't know if you can see this, but on the numbers, where is it? This one doesn't really work. Okay, let's find another one. So the numbers in regular Nemeth Code Braille, they have what's called a number sign, and it's always to the left side of the die, and then there's the numbers, so here's a number sign, and then a 1, and then a 3, so that's 13 right there. Which is good because it's like A through J. So A has 1 dot, J has 3 dots. But the problem with this is you have to always turn it to figure out the orientation, and that can make it very slow. But what I love about these, look at this, the natural 1, it's like totally messed up, and there's no way you can fix it. We never could get it to work right. And we also couldn't figure out how to make the other Braille dice. But these worked great. We even had, and this was like the best, he made me a gray dice, and it didn't cure all the way in the middle. So there was like resin that never cured, so it would like slosh around every time you rolled it. It was hysterical. And then I stepped on it one day, and the resin went everywhere, including on my dice. It was very sad. Yes, you're laughing. Okay, so I love these. I still use them, but I kind of graduated to, where are they? The other dice? Yep. So, and actual dots, yes. So these are Dots RPG dice. This set I got as kind of a test set. So I don't know if you can see this. No, I don't think I will. So this is what they used to look like. And the Braille was very close together, and it was hard to read, except for the D4 and the D6. They were perfect. And I still use these to this day. So what they eventually decided was to make the D20 bigger, and that worked very well. So after a long time of testing and fixing and retesting, they finally made Dots RPG Braille dice. And I love this because look at this little dice tray. So they okay, stop. They made the D20 bigger. And if you'll notice on this one, there's no number sign. It's all just letters. So what they do is, instead of A through J, it's now A through T. So J through T is 11 through 20. Now, if I roll it, oops. Oh, I put the dice tray over here. Okay. If I roll it, I have to figure out where the touch point is. That's the little scoop thing, and that gives you the orientation. So I just slide my finger until I find it. Yeah, right here. And it looks like this one is 11. I'm reading a K here. So this is 11. And so it's very easy to read. It took me a while to figure it out, though, because I was used to the old numbering system, but it really works great. And now they have different sets. Like, they have a set like this, which is just your 7-piece set, but they also have sets of every single die type, so that if you're running a game that uses D10s or D12s, like Ironbound, or D6s, you know, you don't have to look through a million sets to find five of the same thing. You can just buy the set that has everything you need. And I think that's so cool. So I use these pretty much all the time. These are acrylic. They have a very nice metal set. And I think that's my favorite set. But I love these for cons because they're nice and light, and I can just take them anywhere, and it's not a pain to carry them. So we've covered the, oh, I didn't cover pixels yet. Okay. So eventually, I discovered pixels dice, and they weren't supposed to be blind specific. But can I use that dice tray?
Yes.
I need to get up my app too. So, with the help of this Pixels app here, I can roll it and it will talk to me. So if I, oops.
Low battery, low battery, low battery, low battery.
Okay,
low
okay.
Low battery, 11. Low battery,
Okay,
battery,
stop.
roller.
Stop. Can you get the charger?
Okay, well, let's try the other one.
It's
Was it your phone? No, it's not your phone.
not my phone?
the die.
It's the die, okay.
Here's the other one. Try this one.
I thought it was my phone.
Low battery.
Oh, yeah,
low
sorry.
battery, low battery.
Yep, that's
Low
me.
battery.
Huh? Is that you?
Top of screen.
There we go.
Pixels.
All right. Come on. Come on, die.
You broke it.
Did not break it.
You broke it.
Is it not reading it at all? Wait a minute.
Clear D20 to call profile. Activate to dismiss pop-up 10.
There you go.
Okay. Sometimes it's glitchy, but most of the time it's good.
17.
So it doesn't take much, and you can, it rolls really nicely, and you can even get it to play songs for you. So, yeah, so if you have an MP3 player, you can download MP3s to your computer, and it will download to your device, and then you can set it. Like I did one once that said, "I'm a talking die." So, yeah, so you know that sound, like the ta-da sound? You could have that for the natural 20 and like the sad trombone for the natural 1 if you wanted. There's also a ton of different patterns it comes in, and you can select them. It does, if you program it, you can program your modifiers into it, and it will roll it and add it up for you. And it also connects with a ton of VTTs. I think it connects with Foundry, and I think it connects with Discord, and they have a workaround for D&D Beyond, and there might be more now, but yeah, it's pretty cool. The only thing that's hard for me is because I can't see the D20, I can't find where I'm supposed to charge it. It has to be 20 side up. So, can you help me find the 20 side up, please? I've tried using it with the CCTV, and sometimes it works. Sometimes I can find it that way. But I'm hoping that there's a better solution at some point. That's the only thing that I think could be better. But hey, I'm not knocking it because it helps me, like, gives me greater independence at the table, so I'll take it. Okay. No,
Clear D20.
nope, I'm good. This is another trick I've learned.
K&C counter. K&C
So,
counter. Select a picture to include.
no, I don't want to select a picture.
Select a pic counter screen, but no picture button. Counter on if the target's restrained. The
Oh.
creature speed becomes.
Okay, so in my early days, I needed a way to access my spells and my gold and arrows and all that stuff. This is a knitting and crocheting counter, right? So you can,
Binds attack before the spell.
yeah.
Bonus action. Ranged self. Piercing damage.
So I had all my notes in there, and there's a, if I dismiss
Next
this.
attack. Next sharing button. 55%. Select a picture to include.
No, I don't want to do that.
Counter list. Back button.
I can see it.
Counter is 0 button.
Okay,
Counter is 1.
tap once,
Counter is 2.
and then
Duration 1 minute. Duration 1 minute. Duration 1 minute.
there is a decrement thing here somewhere. But you can very easily, and I could do it more easily if I wasn't wearing the mask. You can, keep track pretty easily of everything you've got. And I think it's a pretty creative way to use a knitting counter. But let's talk about character sheets for a minute. So, when I first started, I started with a big character sheet. This is the regular one, right? Okay. Am I holding it the right way?
No, but it's fine.
Okay, well, standard character.
But it's fine.
Right here? Oh my God. Okay. So this is the standard character sheet that I started with. And I found that D&D has so many skills, and it's hard to figure out what modifiers go with which skills, that writing all of them down was really, really hard. So what I did is I abbreviated. I only put the skills on there that I know I would use, because everyone has their go-to spells, right? Or go-to actions. And I found that I was using the same ones over and over again and never trying anything new. So why even put it on there if I'm not going to use it? Because even if it's abbreviated, it's still 60 font, and I can't scan very well. So I needed a way to make it more efficient for me. So that's why I just kind of skimmed it down a little bit. Which one is this, dear?
That's your old 580 blowout.
Okay.
Before you abbreviate stuff and made it big.
Oh, so this way?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the old 5e sheet I was using. And the new one, is this the one?
That's not 5e, but that's a blown up sheet with abbreviations.
Okay. So when I first made the character sheet, I even made like the death saves. And if I was to do it now, I would be like, no, you don't need that. You roll 3 times and then it's done. This is a blown up character sheet, right?
Yeah, for Star Wars.
For Star Wars, yeah. I think I'm holding it the right way?
Yes.
Okay. So, I only put on what I needed because there are so much skills, so many things. I also have a online character sheet, Hyperdrive Generator, which I use most often. The only problem with that is they don't tell you what your dice pool is. Like, it's on there, it shows it, but it doesn't read it to you, which is kind of annoying. But, I mean, it works pretty well. And if there's anything I need, I can ask my dungeon buddy over there, and
Okay, go away.
he, most of the time, he's the DM anyways, so he has my sheet. And I just need to be intentional about what I'm asking him because he's also running. So it's not fair for him to be like searching my sheet if I don't know what I want. So I just need to be really specific about the questions I ask, because the ultimate goal is to be as fast as possible and not hold up the game. So this one is my Braille sheet. Wait a minute, is it upside down? Yeah.
I don't think anybody here would know.
Yeah, it's true. This is Yenna's sheet. She was my first character. And I tried, but the problem with these, I did it on a Braille writer, which is essentially like a typewriter. So once you do a thing, you can't very easily undo it. So every time I'd upgrade my sheet, I would need to create a whole new one, and this one took me like 3 days to do. So I decided that Braille was not my medium, which is fine. I tried it, and it didn't work as well as I thought it would, but it's okay. Let's see. A lot of people who are blind and read Braille have a Braille display that they would use, which I think works 1,000 times better. And if I could read Braille, like I know enough to be dangerous, enough to label things. Those machines are like $5,000. So probably wouldn't be like the best for me, but it works. Oh, yes, and these are, I think one is a room key and one is a character key. Because I know when you're running, you need characters and you don't want to make them up on the fly so much. At least that's what they were saying. I'm not the world's greatest DM, but I have done it, and I'm hoping to do it more. So this one was for the first game I ever DM'd, I think. I DM'd it for you. Huh?
Grog?
Grodd, yep. So this was my bad guy that was supposed to thwart you. And here, all I have is, for stats, I just have like abbreviated stats, and maybe like 2 attacks, and the modifiers. Because I don't really need anything else. And this one, I think, was a room key. Oh, maybe it was a monster card. Yeah. But again, I tried doing this, I tried reading it, and it was really like slow reading. And I need to get better at that, because I think reading Braille would be good ultimately. I just need to get better at reading it and accessing it at a glance. Let's see. Oh, these are spell slot trackers. So I think, wait, is it this side? Okay. I think,
Facing you.
okay, yeah. So this is a spell slot tracker that my sister got me. I don't know if it's upside down or not. But you'll see that it's kind of outlined in white, so I can see the holes better. So, you can move it from place to place to place, depending on where you need it. And these little magnet things are very strong, and they stick together like nobody's business. But it's helpful for keeping your spell slots in order if you use spell slots. In contrast, this is John's.
Turn it around.
This way?
Turn it around.
This way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Kinda. Hold it up.
Huh? This way. Okay. So this is John's, and you'll notice that his is smaller, and I can't really see it. You probably will have no problem. But look at this. They stick together. Like, getting them out is hard. Okay, but it works. So that's for spell slots. They also have ones for arrows. I got these on Etsy. Actually, that was, Amy got us those. They do have arrow trackers too, but John got me a really nice arrow tracker, which I forgot, but it's kind of the same thing. So it's like this little quiver of arrows in a really nice pouch, also from Etsy. And you could do the same thing with toothpicks and an Altoid tin. It's just to keep track of how many arrows you've got. And I always have trouble keeping track. What's this? Oh, yeah. So this, I'll try not to kill the sword. This is like a bunch of different things that, oh, okay. Well, I guess the arrow thing fell apart. But this is a bunch of different props that we use. So coins, keys. What was that? I don't.
Sword.
Oh, the sword that fell apart again. Potion bottles, which I think these are dice too. But I use them for potions because I'm the person that always forgets to take her potions. Like that time I was doing Deathbringer and I had a potion and I didn't drink it. Okay, these are so cute. They're from Dungeons and Dinos, and they're called Ouchies. And it's like the little things that you put on those cards. It's a really cute card game. I would recommend it. But we use them for hit points. So if you don't have them, take them away. I love these coins. We use them all the time, either for luck dice or just for gold. Where are those little skulls? Oh. Well, if you've ever played, what's that game? The Quiet Year, I think. Yeah. It comes with some skulls, and we love to use those, especially at Halloween. Fun little counters for hit points, whatnot. So all this stuff, like, I don't know what this was. Okay. This just helps me remember what I have on my sheet as far as weapons go. Sometimes I forget. Most of the time I don't, but sometimes I do. But having tools like this kind of helps make it more immersive. Also, we have a ton of treasure chests at home and keys that fit them, which is, I'll get that later, which is kind of cool. That's fun. I remember one time we were playing Shadow Dark, and John was giving me like all sorts of keys and having me fit them in chests, and it took me a while to find the right one, but I finally did. And that added a little element of fun too. Oh, I forgot to show you this potion of lesser healing, but it could be anything. I like how there's like a couple of different options that they give you. And these you can just get, I think where'd you get the potions? Amazon? Yeah, most of this you can get on Amazon, which is awesome. We also have like different colored gems and stuff. Oh, my ring. Where did we get this? Oh, yeah. We were big into rings at one point, so I have a million rings from all the campaigns that I've done. Let me show you the pen friend thing next. So this is a pen friend, and you normally would use it to label things. Like I've used it to label food, different packages, even knitting needles. And I thought, why not make a little character sheet and label it? So this is Yenna. Oh.
I came to watch, so I'm more here.
Okay, why is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm trying to turn up the volume. So how you use it is you hold the pen. So hold the pen here. Come on. This is a test to see if it works. Yeah, so you can hold anywhere, I think an hour's worth of material on one sticker. So I've used it for all sorts of things, and it works really well. And for this character, I was using it. I might do the same thing again. I also use like a tape recorder. It's called a Victor Stream, and I've recorded notes on it before. A lot of times I'll use my voice memos app too, just to like session recap stuff. Because when you're finishing a session, well, if you're us, it's like 10:30 at night, and I'm tired, and I don't feel like going to the computer and writing stuff down. So I just take a quick note, and it's there for the next day when I feel like I can recap it again. So that's a lot of my stuff. Oh, and here's another one. These are my Meta glasses, and you won't be able to hear them, but these are like, they have like an AI in here, and so I can ask it to look at anything I want, and it will take a picture and it will read it to me. Even handwriting. And that's saying something, because your handwriting is sometimes hard to read.
Oh, chicken scratch.
Yes. But it works really well. So a lot of times what I'll do is we'll have a regular sized character sheet, and I'll tell it to read something, and it will do it. So I'll be able to kind of look at it before the game, memorize as much as I can, and then when I have questions, John's there and I can just ask him. I have tried using it in-game, but it does slow it down a little bit. So, huh? Yes, I do use it with Pixels a lot. This way, especially at cons, this way no one really hears it, it's not a distraction, and I'll be using it in my game tomorrow. So, they're really great. Also, if you want to try it for yourself, you can turn on like any AI, like ChatGPT or Claude or whatever. It does a pretty decent job. I've used ChatGPT on it, and it's pretty good. And the good thing about these are bone conduction, which means that if you put them on, it doesn't block your ears. Like, you know how your iPod or your I keep on saying that. AirPods. I have AirPods that I use when the battery on these goes, but I can only have one in at a time because it's hard to hear otherwise. So these don't block your ears. They go straight in through your bone, and it's great. And no one can hear it. So I don't go anywhere without them. Thank you. So let's talk about this. This is the Wheatley Tactile Kit. And as you can see, I've made like a little map here. There's tons of pieces that you can use to make maps. And this is how, when I DM, I plan it out. So maps can be either as intricate or as simple as you want. I tend to make them pretty simple. I think the more vision you have, the more complex they are. But if you see it on the back, there's all these little pieces that you can use to construct whatever you want. And there's different textures, so, you know, if you need like a house, you can have a circle, or if you need something else, you can have, like, I used green triangles for trees. And like I'll put like a couple together for a forest or whatever. You know, so I've used it to sketch a town, sketch a dungeon. They have like little pieces that you can put on here for like little monsters. And this tool was actually supposed to be a orientation and mobility guide for instruction. So for me to get around, because my orientation skills are okay, but not great. We have this thing called orientation and mobility, which is orientation, knowing where you are in space, and mobility, being able to get around. So my instructors would use this with me to map out different things, like, the time I went to New York and stayed in a hotel for one of the programs I did. And this really helped. And I thought, oh, I could use this for dungeons too. So that's what I did. So this has been so helpful for me in just planning out my dungeons. And feel free to stop me if you have any questions. I should have asked before.
I played next gen at Rising Phoenix and Leo Girod's game, and I saw the meta glasses. Can you, how it was cool that you're using technology to assist, and can you use that on all specific decks, or is it other
So what I've learned is it does read dice, but you have to be, I don't know, I might need some training, because a lot of times, even if it's a tiny die, you have to give it specific instructions, like say meta look, and it will look and it will take a picture of whatever side is facing up. But sometimes it gets confused and it thinks that one of the sides is the top facing. So you just have to be clear to tell it to give you the top facing die. And most of the time it will do it. It's kind of hit or miss with the smaller ones. But I don't know, maybe I can train it so it will do it better. But yeah, it works with, it does, pixels are the only ones that it can connect to, but it can read the other stuff too.
What about stuff like non-standard die, like Zoshi die, where you have a D7 or a D14 or something like that?
It might be able to read the lettering on it.
Or do you have something else you can use for substitute for die? Because say on a VTT you can just put any number, populate the die.
Yeah. So for VTTs, I've used D&D Beyond, and it's pretty much the only one I've used. There is the D&D Beyond app that is great at rolling dice. Do you have anything else that I've used? Yeah. So I haven't used any of the special dice from DCC or anything. That would be a very interesting challenge for me, because I know they have a lot of extra dice. So it would be a fun challenge to learn the shape.
So I'm a software developer.
Yeah?
And my job is to solve problems with technology. Your problem is that the TTRPG universe is all vision oriented.
Yep.
When it comes to technology, it sounds like audio is probably your best solution. What do you prefer? Do you prefer something that actually does automatic response to what you see, or do you prefer something that gives you instruction? You mentioned balancing game speed and not holding up the game to the rest of the table.
Yep.
Versus parity for what you need to be able to participate. Where do you find the balance? Because now you've got my imagination going. I'm just trying to think of all sorts of ways that we can Bluetooth stuff together and use AI agents and such to be able to make your world a little bit easier.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's an interesting question. Because when I'm thinking of making things, like, I'd love to be able to figure out a way to make like a Braille weather die or dungeon die, just to randomize it, or create NPCs. I haven't figured it out. I really wish there was an app I could use that would, because people have like random tables that you can roll on to create different effects. And that's really hard for me to do in a book because I can't really read tables. And the PDFs, they do okay sometimes, but sometimes it's like they read like the top headers and then they just read the numbers and it's like, okay, so what number goes with what header? I don't know. I'd love to solve that. I don't know how.
So as a DM, then as a visually challenged DM, your primary problem is the randomized tables for like randomizing loot, monsters, encounters,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that'd be an interesting problem to solve. Dice rolls, obviously, the Pixels dice sounds like it's working pretty well for you for that, either with the meta or just audio.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But how to convert a randomizer table into technology to give you an audio feedback of roll me a monster and it will do something for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right. All right. I got some ideas. I'll be in touch.
Oh, thank you. So, trying to think. Oh, one thing I wanted to say about spells. So I showed you the spell slots trackers, but one of the things that is kind of really cool is we have been switching from a roll spell slots to roll to cast because we've been playing Shadow Dark, and it just makes it so much more exciting, and it like frees me up so I don't have to worry about, okay, I have 3 level 3 spell slots and 4 level 2s and 5 level 1s. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, I have these spells, I can roll them and see what happens. And I find that much more exciting. Spells in general, I've, like, a lot of it's visual, I think. Like, when you think of a fireball, you can picture a fireball, right? But I'm trying to, for me, incorporate more of the senses. Like, okay, if I was a wizard casting fireball, I would start maybe like from my center, and maybe it would bloom outward into my hands, and maybe my heart would be pumping, and maybe it would just get so much that it would be like all engulfing in my body, and then it would just fly out of my hand. I try to kind of imagine what that's like. Like another one is like a shielding spell. What? Really? Oh, okay. I guess I've been talking more than I realized.
It's been fascinating.
Oh, thank you. So I guess what I'll do is to close out, anyone have any questions about anything?
What do you prefer, DMing or playing?
I really like both. I've played more than I've DM'd, but what I like about DMing is doing all the NPCs, because I think it's so much easier for me to get into an NPC's head than an actual character for some reason. I've been told I'm pretty good at NPCs.
With regard to the visual impairment, which one do you find more challenging, running as a DM or running as a player?
Running as a DM for sure, because you have to keep track of all the moving parts.
A lot more mechanics there.
Yep, a lot, but it's fun.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, I'm in problem solving, but never mind.
So that's pretty much it, and I guess I should give the floor to Ron.
You get time to do this, right?
Okay, good.
You had said you're on YouTube, where can we find you?
Yes, I am the Blind Bard.
Blind Bar, awesome.
I think I already subscribed to your channel.
Jen, like, so say in a system like DCC where that has like the weird dice,
Yep.
I don't know if there's like a visually impaired tactile, but would something like a app also work or no?
Yeah. I mean, if there is one, I'd be willing to try it, for
There's,
sure.
RPG Spark, I just remembered it. But I don't know if it will say anything. Like I just pressed a D10 and it rolled. Or, so there's, you know, D2, D3, D4, they're in rows and then they're in columns.
Okay.
From D3 to D100. And so I don't know if that would work, but
I'd have to try it out.
yeah.
Is
I
it
can
D?
send you the,
Yeah, send me the info,
yeah.
because that would be fun. I've never, like, I don't even know how many extra dice DCC has.
7 extra, so it's 14 total.
Okay. Well, that would be a fun challenge. I think I hear Wes. All right. So with that, thank you for coming and listening and asking questions, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. All right, I think I dropped my phone.